Hi guys, it's KCFX. Good afternoon. Today is 23rd May. Okay, so this video, I'm going to be talking about the pair which we took this week. Okay, and also we'll also be talking about what we'll be looking at that last week of May. Okay, so first of all, this week was a little bit very slow. I would say it was slow. Yes, we only had one pair, which was the GBP USD, which we saw an opening, which we took an entry. Okay, we just squeezed out TP1 from there, but unfortunately, we're hoping to get to TP2, which price went overturned, went to hit our stop loss, which is part of the game. Okay, we lose, we win. It's what it is. Okay. So we also saw silver. Silver went really poor. Okay, we thought silver was going to give us something huge, but unfortunately, silver also overturned, and we had to stay out because silver came in very late. That was on a Thursday, and on Thursdays we tend to be very careful because we are getting into the Friday area, which on Fridays a lot of it's very dicey, so we try not to take trades into Friday because of traps and closing with the market and all those situations. We don't like to be in those kind of things. Okay, but it's what it is. We always try to see how we can get what is ours. Okay, we want market to do our bidding all the time. Okay, but sometimes market might do what it wants. Okay, so we just make sure that we are looking for our edge. We see our edge, we take our entry and let the market do it's whatever it needs to do. Now going on, guys, I'm going to go into the chart now. I'm going to quickly explain the pair which I gave last week Saturday. That was Solana USD. Last week Saturday I gave a pair, an entry, which I said we need to see Solana, a crypto pair. We already see Solana come towards the downside. That's a sell position, which I dropped on both the VIP section and also the free area. I said we need to see our TP1 taken out, but we saw price hesitate throughout the week, from Monday or from Saturday when I gave the trade all through till yesterday. We saw price just play around, and as of this morning I gave an entry and I said this morning I gave an entry. This morning I said we wanted to see price come towards the downside for Solana USD this morning. Okay, I said here I said okay, we're holding this. Okay, this was what I said. Wanted to see price push towards the TP1. That was still our fate. Okay, we knew, I wouldn't say we knew because no one knows what the market wants to do. Okay, we just flew the edge. So we wanted to see price come towards the TP1 area, which you have there. Okay, so very much we could see I put the update on this pair. We keep holding on TP1. We should see patient is key, because that's just that's the motto. Okay, we need to be patient and everything is slow and steady. So let them market run its course and do our bidding. Okay, and what happened? I dropped initial push for at that moment we were climbing little by little. Okay, and what happened? We saw price shoot towards the downside, which you can see here. Price pushed down towards our TP1, which of course we don't waste time. Okay, the plan is to see price come closer to TP1, then we can close our profit or secure profit, and if possible leave one entry to run, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, you can see I said there finally that crash downwards we have been waiting for has happened. Beautiful, beautiful. And now you can see price also increased. Okay, we are making that from just one account on this trade. This is beautiful. Okay, and here I said we can close positions. It's important we can close positions here. We don't need to wait. Okay, we can close positions, or if you took more positions like me, 3 or 4 entries, you can close 3. Like me, I closed 3 and I left 1 to keep running. Okay, for TP2, and of course I said break even just to protect my position in case price goes against me, goes back and hit my entry level. That's a break even, and I should be out with either in little profit or with no loss at all. Okay, that's the plan. So right now we saw USD is I'll say it's done. Okay, whatever we're doing now is just to see if we can still grab more profit that's on the table right now. Okay, but a risk-free trade, that's what we are running now. So USD. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to get into what we are going to be looking at in this new week in few seconds. Okay, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and please try and watch from the beginning to the ending, because the best part is almost at the end. So make sure you are there. Okay, all right guys, in a minute we continue. Okay, now we're into the market. Now, as I said before, Solana USD, we have a lower high, we have one there, we have a lower high, which is, we have the second one here, of course, which now we see prices now back into the golden zone, and more pushes heading back down towards TP1, which of course, as I said minutes ago, seconds ago, that of course TP1 is closed. So what we want to do now is to protect our positions, and that's what we've done. We're hoping that price could come towards TP2 area, which of course is possible, but we need to wait. Okay, we waited almost 6-7 days for this TP1 to get close to, so of course we can wait another 3-4 days. It's not a problem. Okay, as long our positions, it's already on a risk-free level, so we are fine. Price can take its time heading towards that level, and we don't care. Okay, if it goes against us, it takes us out in either small profit or also in no loss, so it's fine. We can keep this position or this trading in one corner and just let it run. Okay, let it run and do whatever it wants. Okay, if it's going to go against us or go away, whatever, we are good. Okay, so now, so USD, we're letting it run for free risk trade situations. Okay, so now I'm going to head towards Euro USD. Euro USD has been playing around. Okay, last week I said we were supposed to see a high, which we never saw come to pass. It was really slow, and since Monday we've been waiting for a high, but nothing has happened. We just keep seeing price deepening, like coming towards the downside more and more. Okay, so I'm going to close this one now so I can just quickly explain what we might want to be seeing. Okay, now this is the high, right? I'm going to take out this Fibonacci retracement to and explain real quick. Okay, now this is where we were last week Monday. I said I want to see a high. Okay, this is the high. We can call this a high. Okay, what we want to see now, I'm going to zoom in so we can see proper. Take this one out so we can see. Now what I wanted to see here, okay, I wanted to see price move all the way from here, okay, towards this level, towards the 0.618 area, this red dotted line where you have your lower high. Okay, but what did we see? We saw price get to this place and price came down towards the downside again. That's also a failed structure, so there was nothing for us to do. Okay, so we just let price keep going. Now if you see, price created another lower high after it gave us price created a lower low here, but price could not give us a new lower high at this level. So now we have a new lower low because price has broken this previous one, which you see I selected. Okay, now our new lower low is going to be at this level here now. Okay, so now what do we want to see? Now that we have our lower low here, we need to see a high. Okay, for us to start looking for an entry. Now what did we see? Now on the Fibonacci retracement tool, remember from the lower high we draw a Fibonacci retracement tool towards the downside, which now this is the new low, right? What are we looking at here? We want to see a lower high, a valid structure, so we can start looking to take an entry towards the downside. Now look at this. Now what do we want to see here? We want to see price come towards this level into the 0.618 area. That's the high, right? Into that area for us to start looking for an entry towards the downside. But what happened? Okay, we saw price move towards the upside, stopped here, and what happened? Price fell towards the downside again. So we've not still gotten a valid lower high for us to start looking for an entry towards the downside. So right now price has been failing. We can call this a failed structure for Euro USD. We've not seen any accurate valid entry or valid structure for us to start looking to work with. Okay, so now we don't see any valid thing here for Euro USD. So for now we are still hoping to see a new lower high. Okay, sometimes market tends to be really slow like this, so we just need to wait and see how market keeps reacting to keeps printing candles, okay, over time. So we wait. Okay, so for now you can see this is also a high here, a low here, right? So we can say, okay, we can put a low here because if you can see this week is below this one here, so we can draw our Fibonacci retracement towards the low here. So what are we looking at right? Oh, sorry. What are we looking at right now? Come on. What do we want to see right now? Okay, now I'm going to explain that real quick. Okay, now we have a lower low here. What are we looking at now, this new last week of May? Now I want to see price, okay, come now towards the upside. Okay, from here now I want to see price come towards the 0.618 area into this dash dotted line. Okay, in that area we should have our lower high here. That's going to be a valid structure. That if it does that, okay, price needs to come towards this level. And what do we need to see? We need to see price come down, okay, into our golden zone. Then what happens? We get our criteria, and what happens? We sell towards the downside to give us a new lower low. Okay, so now we can say price needs to come towards this level, okay, and into our golden zone, of course. And what happens? Our criteria, then we sell Euro USD. Okay, so this is what we're looking at in this new week. There's nothing there to talk about much on Euro USD. It's just keep failing and keep printing candles without any valid way through or what we need to see. Okay, it's not giving us what we need, but we keep on believing that it's going to do that maybe this week. Okay, so Euro USD, we keep watching this pair. We don't do anything. Okay, remember, we don't force anything. We only take trades when it's clear. If it's not clear, we do nothing. Okay, all right, so now we're going to be going towards what are we going to now? Okay, we're going to be going towards GBP USD. Now GBP USD, this is the pair which we took an entry for TP1, which I said we made, but TP2 couldn't did not open up for us, which is fine. Okay, these things happen, but it's all good, right? Great. So now on GBP USD right now, let me take out all these lines, it's not needed. Okay, so now GPS is cleared. So now what do we want to see? Okay, we have a lower high here, remember. Okay, so now this is what we saw. Okay, we got this lower high. How did we get a lower high? As I explained on my videos, we need to draw a 5-minute retracement to from the low here towards the high. And what do we need to see? We need to see price from here come towards the 0.618 area, which is this area. You can see price got to that level, give us a 1, okay, lower high. Okay, and what happened? We want to see price coming to the golden zone, which we saw, but it was not really accurate, so we only got TP1 on that pair last week. Okay, and TP2 we did not see. So now what happened after, which we also saw price come towards the upside. Okay, we saw price keep pushing towards the upside, which you can see here. Okay, we saw price come down. Okay, what happened? Price went up, crossed the previous lower high, gave us a new lower high. I remember, as I used to say, when you see price cross the previous LH, which is the 1, okay, we create a new LH, which now we call 2. Okay, all right, now we have a second lower high, which is the 2. So now what do we want to see around? Okay, now we can see what we wanted to see here is for price to come down. Okay, down here into the golden zone, criteria is checked, then we keep selling. But we didn't see that happen. Instead, we saw price come this way, and price went up, I think almost crossing the LH2. And if price crosses the LH2, what would we be having? We'll be having the third one. Okay, we'll be having the third lower high, which is going to be up here. Okay, but at the moment we've not seen that come to play, so very much we can say we have the LH2 still very much in vogue. So what do we want to see from here? Okay, what we're looking at from here is we want to see price come towards the downside this last week of May. Now the price has given us this red bold candle which closed yesterday night. Now I want to see price come down, okay, towards the golden zone. Okay, now how do we get the golden zone? The same Fibonacci retracement tool, that's what we use to do that. Now how do we get that? Now you take a Fibonacci retracement tool, because we want to get the golden zone area, we say we want to see from lower high, okay, that is the 2, because that's what is now valid. Okay, carry it down to the lower low here. Okay, I remember the golden zone are these levels. Okay, the 0.618 area and the 0.5. okay, so inside this zone is your golden zone. Okay, so your golden zone is going to be this level, golden zone. Okay, your golden zone is going to be not so much golden zone. Okay, golden zone. So the golden zone is going to be inside this area. So what are we looking now? I want to see price coming to the golden zone. This is what we're looking at come this week. Okay, we see price come down towards this level into the golden zone, criteria is checked, and we push down, okay, to cross the previous lower low to give us a new fresh lower low, which is at the downside. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, so now this will be a new lower low. Okay, and of course we'll see our entry towards the downside after our criteria has been checked at this level towards this area. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Okay, all right, so this is what we want to see come this week. Okay guys, this is what we're looking at on GBP USD this last week of May. Okay, so this is what we're looking at GBP USD. We want to see price do this. Okay, so we wait patiently and see if price can print candles towards the golden zone, and we can start looking to take an entry to hit our TP1 and maybe TP2. Okay, all right guys, I'm moving on to the next one, which is going to be Bitcoin. Okay, so now Bitcoin at the moment, as of last week, I said Bitcoin is still very much in an uptrend market. It's on 4 hours time frame, of course. That's why we say uptrend market, right? We can see clearly we have higher highs, okay, and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, and it's been great. Okay, it's been really wonderful. Okay, we've been seeing higher highs and higher lows, which means market is still very much strong towards the upside. But now remember, price can as well shift on a higher time frame, like the 4 hours time frame. Now how does market shift from bullish to downward trend? Okay, how do that happen? Now I'm going to explain that briefly. Now what happened? We saw a higher low here, right? And we saw a higher high here, right? Great. Now we saw a higher low here, okay, and you can see clear this higher low, okay, is still on top of this previous one. Good. Now what are we supposed to get? We're supposed to get a higher high here, right? Okay, but what did we get? We saw price just diminish. Okay, we saw price dipping more towards this level. Okay, now what does that mean? It means that if price can break this higher low, okay, if price can break this higher low, right, it means the uptrend market has now shifted into the downward market. Okay, meaning because this higher low now has a higher high. Okay, it has a higher high, which means this higher low is what is standing in between bullish trend market and bearish trend market. Okay, now the reason why that is because higher low here, this higher low which we have here, does not have a valid higher high, so which means this one is what is holding the bullish trend and the bearish trend. Okay, so now right now we can see clearly price has broken that level towards the downside. You can see price came here and broke this previous higher low that has a valid higher high. Remember, this higher low does not have a valid higher high. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We're looking at this higher low. Now we saw price break it. Okay, and if price can break this higher low, it means price has shifted from the bullish side into the bearish side. That's why you can see I put an arrow on that black line saying if price break here, we see shift to bearish. So that is what we see right now. Okay, so now I'm going to change the format of this because now it's no longer bullish, it's now bearish. So now what do we start? What do we do now? First, we're going to take out all this. These are no, they're no longer valid because it's no longer a bullish trend, it's now a bearish trend. Okay, so this high low is no longer important. This line, this arrow which I named uptrend market, is no longer valid, so we take it out. So now this shows bearish. You know it's now bearish, so we can take that out as well. Now what do we want to see? Now since the market now has given us a bearish side or a bearish wave, okay, now we can say this level now is going to be our lower high, which we can now call lower high. Okay, now it's now a bearish. Okay, now you can see this high is going to be our lower high, and because it broke this level, we can now say here is going to be our lower low. Okay, lower low. So now the market now is we're looking to sell, because as I say in all my videos, when we see a bearish movement in the market on a general time frame, 4 hours time frame, okay, on that level, if the market is telling us that it's bearish, we're looking to only sell. Okay, if it's a buying level, we're looking to only buy. We're not working against the trend, we are working with the trend. Okay, all right, so now we have a lower low here. Now what do we want to see? On all my videos I say this all the time, we want to see a valid lower high. Okay, now how do we do that? We use our Fibonacci retracement tool. We delete this one here. Fibonacci retracement tool, which is the Fib retracement from the low here, okay, up to the high. Now what do we want to see? We want to see price come into the 0.618 area, which we see here. Price needs to come into this level here, okay? That is the 0.618 area, this red dotted line. So we put it here, we put this here like this, okay? We want to see price come into that area, and now we can call this a lower high. So we want to see price come into that level to give us a lower high. All right, great. So now we want price coming to that area. Then what next do we want to see? If price can come to that level to give us a valid lower high, we want to see price coming to the golden zone, okay, with criteria checked, and we take an entry towards the downside to give us a new lower low. Okay, so this is what we want to see on BTC USD. Okay, so now we can say a short position should be around this level here. Okay, so this is what we want to see here. Okay, this is what we want to see. All right, so this is what we expected to see on BTC USD. Okay, fantastic. So that's it, guys. We're going to be moving to the next pair, which is going to be, I'm trying to make this video very short. Oh my. All right, so we're going to go to, okay, we've done GBP USD. We're going to be going to which pair again? Let's see. Okay, we're going to just, now we're going to go on gold. Yeah, gold. We're going to go on gold. So gold, this is going to be the last pair which we're talking about today. Okay, now gold, we can see clearly. All right, gold is on a downward trend. Okay, it's a downward trend at a 4 hours time frame. So I want to see price come towards the downside. Remember, we're still working with the mini structure. Okay, we've not changed our consign. Okay, so we're still working with this level, this area. Okay, we're still looking at this area. Remember, gold is still very much bearish. Okay, on the general picture we can see it's still very much bearish. We have a lower low here, we have a lower low here, and we have lower high here. So price, okay, needs to break what we have here. Price needs to come up and break where you have this level here, okay, before we can start looking for general bullish, you know, to maintain. But for now, gold is very much in the bearish side, so we're looking to just keep on selling, okay, to otherwise, right. So okay, so sorry, okay, so now we're going to zoom in more so we can clearly see. Okay, now we're going to take it slow here on gold. Now gold, remember last week on a video which I sent, I explained that gold was bullish, but now it's now bearish. Okay, so what we want to see, okay, I'm going to take out all this so it's going to be clearer so I can explain. All right, so guys, now I'm going to explain this gold. Okay, I took out things that will make us a little bit confused. Okay, now it's a clean picture here. Now clearly we can see here that gold is very much here on a bullish side. Okay, was bullish at this level. Okay, was bullish, but what did we see? We saw price now after price came towards the side, okay, and broke this level, we saw bearish side come to play. So now remember, still in a mini structure. Okay, we're working inside a bigger picture. Okay, but we're working with this one. Okay, generally gold is bearish, so we're looking to still keep on selling. Okay, now we are looking to sell because we see price broke this level here. Okay, this line here. Okay, meaning now price has shifted from buying side into a bearish side. Now now this is going to be a lower high. Okay, that's the high. Okay, because now it's a bearish side, so this is a high. Now this is going to be the lower low. This area is going to be a lower low. Okay, I'm going to move this away so we don't get confused. Okay, now this is the lower high, lower low. So now what do we want to see? We want to see a lower high, right? And to get the lower high, we need to use the Fibonacci retracement to identify that level for us, right? So we go to our Fibonacci retracement tool, which is the Fib retracement. Okay, from the low, right? Because we want to see a lower high. Okay, and from the low up to the high at this level. Now what do we want to see? Okay, we want to see price come towards this level. Okay, I want to see price come towards this level, towards the red line which you see there. But I'm always very, very precise whatever I'm doing. I need to make sure price touches the line. If price is close to it, I don't do anything. Okay, and you can see clearly price did not enter into the red line. Price was very close to it, but that is not enough. Okay, I want to be as clear as possible. Okay, I don't want to be, because price came very close to that line, we can say it's valid. I'm not doing that. I want to make sure price gets to that level, touch it or passes it, or something, but it must touch it. Okay, then I'll be satisfied with whatever I'm doing. But if price does not touch it, just as you see here, price did not touch, it was closed like few pips, but that's not enough. We need to see price come into this level. Price needs to come into this red line or cross it above, then it's valid for me. Okay, so right now we can see price did not give us a valid lower high, which I would say I would have used this level as a lower high, but it's not a lower high because price didn't touch the 0.618 area or come into that level. So I say it's not a valid lower high, so I would say that level is not valid. I'm going to let it go. Okay, so what do? Now we saw price come towards the upside again, and what happened? Price came down, crossed the previous lower low to give us a new lower low. So now what do? Okay, we just need to move this lower low here because we didn't have a valid lower high up here. Okay, this level. So now what do? We of course move the Fibonacci retracement from this level down to the lower low here. Okay, so now what are we looking at? I want to see price come into that 0.618 area, which is this area. Okay, which is this red line. Again, what happened? Last week was just a lot of crazy things that happened. Okay, we can see price came very close to it, but price did not get and touch the line again. So I'm not doing anything. Okay, we didn't take an entry on gold because price did not give us something I could say, okay, that's a lower high. I'm not saying because price again was close, I can say no, I'm not doing that. I want to see price touch it or cross above it, then we can now confirm. Okay, so price did not get to that red line, the 0.618 area, so I can say clearly we didn't get the lower high at this level. Okay, so right now we keep on waiting, okay, to see a clear lower high. Now what do we want to see right now? Now because we've not gotten a lower high on this pair, we are waiting for one, and hopefully this end of this last month of May we're going to see a lower high. Then we can start looking for how to take an entry towards the downside. Remember, gold is still very much bearish, so we're looking for a way to take an entry towards the downside. So what do we want to see now? I want to see price give us a confirmation, a correct. Okay, I want to see price get into that 0.618 area to really confirm that that's a lower high that we've been looking for since last week. Okay, so this is what we want to see. Now I want to see price come up from this level. Okay, I want to see price come back towards the 0.618 area, not close to it, not very close, but to touch it or come above it. So that's what we want to see on gold. We don't want to see price come close or very close. Okay, we want to see price touch that line, touch it, like touch it, rub it, that's what I mean, or come above it. Then we can confirm that we have a lower high here. Okay, right? And now if that can happen, what do we need to see? We need to see price now come back into the golden zone, criteria is checked, and we'll take an entry towards the downside. So this is what we want to see. Okay, and this downside is going to be a new lower low. Okay, this is going to be our golden zone, and of course we can say it's a short. Of course it's a downward trend, downward side, so we're going to be taking a sell here towards the downside, which is this level, and of course our stop loss can be maybe here. Okay, so this is what we want to see on gold of this new week of last week of May. Okay, all right, so that is what that's just it. Okay, we want to be sure. Okay, but the truth be told, no matter how accurate or how sure you are, the market always does whatever it wants to do. Okay, but there's nothing like believing in your system. All right, if you believe in yourself and in your system, at least you know it has worked for you many times. So tomorrow or next tomorrow or today is not going to be it's not going to change anything. So flow with your edge, flow with your system, and keep on believing in it, because that's just the game. Okay, because one thing is, if you don't follow your system or fear of missing out, FOMO, it's a big problem. Wait for your edge. It's better you wait for your edge, you take the entry and it loses. Okay, at least you followed your edge and your process and procedures and everything, but you lost, which I will not get upset about. But the only way I'm going to get upset is when I knew that this was not correct and yet I entered. And if I lose that trade, I will be very upset with myself, because that's just it. If you keep on following one thing and being consistent with it, and you lose and you win and you lose and you win, you can't get upset. I'm not upset that I lose. Okay, I'm just happy that I keep on following the same thing I do all the time. That's the most important thing to me right now. Okay, losing is part of the game. Okay, this life is not consistent anyway. There was always be a problem there and there, but life, as long as you have life and breath in you, you keep on pushing. Okay, so that's it, guys. I keep on following rules and making sure that I stick to it 100% as possible I can. All right, don't frustrate, don't reventrate, follow the edge. Please, again, when I say do this, do it. If I tell you take one position, mostly to our VIP members now, okay? If I tell you please take one position, do take one position. And maybe that position goes against us, because of course we don't know, the market can decide to do anything. If the market goes against us and takes us out, or I say okay, market has failed, let's close this loss, it's what it is. Close the loss and just relax. Off your phone, switch off your computer, whatever. Stay away from your computer. Because the truth is, if you are still there, there is temptation, that urge for you to revenge, to take back what they took from you. But the problem with that is, if you try to take back what they took from you, they're going to take your whole capital out from your account, and that's going to be a very big problem for all of us. Because I don't like us losing, but this life you must lose. I always try to make sure that we are winning. That's why I work 24/7 overnight to make sure we're getting the best. Okay, I try to make sure we're getting the best. All right, I'm doing this for the brand to make sure we're getting the best out of the rest. Okay, so again, please, when I say do this, listen to me. All right, listen to me. Don't do what you think, which is fine with me if you do what you think. But please, if you can listen to me, let's follow this process. You will see we'll go far. It might be slow, but in this life, okay, to be successful is not a one-day's job. It's a slow and steady procedure, movement, and like kind of thing. Okay, so let's take it slow and steady. We will definitely get there. Okay, please listen to me. Okay. Alright guys, I think that's that for this video. I spoke about Solana USD, which we took a trade from last week, and of course we saw TP1 coming alive, which of course we have taken profit and secured our profit, and also set break even to save our last position, which is still moving. Okay, I spoke about GBP USD, I spoke about Euro USD, I spoke about Bitcoin, I spoke about gold. Okay, silver, I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, gold and silver do the same thing, but I'll come back to silver later. But for now, we spoke of these 4 pairs, which we're going to be looking at this last week of May, and I believe, okay, we're going to be seeing entries this week. Okay, last week we just had one, okay, which was crazy, but it's one of those things. Okay, we lost, but it's all good. That's the business. This week we're going to be seeing more green. Okay, more signals should come in. Okay, all right guys, I'm rounding up this video here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, do whatever you need with this video. You need it, just do things. Share everywhere, to the world, everywhere. Okay, all right guys, KCFX, see you guys around. KCFX out.